Yeah, I think we're live. This tablet is running out of storage. So, crazy things have been happening with the Wi-Fi on this tablet. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully it's all good. I'm just going to get rid of that notification. There we go. So hopefully everything is good and I'm live and you can hear me. I'm just going to try and prop this up on this table so you can see things. This is how I did it yesterday. Hopefully that stays there. Let's see what you can see. That looks about right, doesn't it? I don't think I've really moved the bear. So I think this is probably the same kind of angle I had yesterday. Sorry for the slight tilt. It is what it is. I've propped it up on a table. So yeah, the time is currently, I think it's just gone 3 in the morning. Everything is set up at the moment. The night vision footage from last night will be uploaded later on today, hopefully. I had to do a YouTube video verification thing. That's why 2 parts of that, I think it's like part 1, part 6 haven't uploaded. It is what it is. But I've explained that. Also, I forgot to charge the camcorder today. So, I mean, it is plugged in. It is plugged in through the investigations. But for the first night, when removing the SD card and things, the moment I picked up that camcorder, I don't know if it has dodgy connection with the plug or anything like that when it's charging. But it immediately switched off, said it ran out of battery. So, hopefully, it stays charging to a point where it works. It didn't switch off, like, it didn't say no battery last night. So hopefully it'll film the entire investigation. Yeah, hopefully it'll do that. Because yeah, I think we've shown now that it can have over an hour of footage on there. So, because I think even last night, which lasted, although I didn't have the full recording, did I? But it's still about an hour and a half of footage potentially. It was like 6 videos, so yeah, it's a good amount of footage. And I think it does capture beginning to end of investigation, so hopefully it's all good. Hopefully the power stays on for it. But yeah, so everything is kind of set up. Just need to get the tablet going with the random words. My tablet has also been struggling to charge today, so it's running on 86%. The battery should last. I've got it on like the lowest setting for the screen, so that should be fine. There we go. Loading up Spirit Talker. There we go. Keep that flipped to that. Turn the volume way up. There we go. Put that on there. I'm going to switch on the cat balls. There we go. Got that one just stood up. That one's propped up against there. I'll set up the camcorder because then I can switch that on as I'm lighting candles. Just check that I did put the SD card in. Yep, SD card's in. I also had to go through a bit of faff of actually sorting out the SD card. Because obviously I couldn't clear the SD card I have been using due to let me just put this here. Yeah, I couldn't clear the SD card due to the fact it wouldn't upload to YouTube. Right, then I'll press record this time. I'm just going to check if that's recording. You can see the door there in the background, which is good. That doesn't look like it's recording. Maybe a protected card. One moment. What do you mean protected card? See, this is what I mean by technical issues. Is it saying the card isn't properly in? Shut off a sec. SD card's in. And that's how that goes in. Sorry about this, guys. I'm not having issues with the SD card. It's in protected card, I don't know why. Let's see if I can navigate this. Oh, I can't remember how you do this. Is that camera? Why is it saying protected card? Right, this isn't great. Right, this isn't good. Because for some reason it's saying protected card on the camera. Now I'm dropping everything. There we go. Woo! Where's it in settings? Well, that was me. Right. Sorry about this, everyone. Again, it shows the technical difficulties. Thank you very much, Sean Oriento, for liking the video, by the way. I've just seen the notification on this tablet, even though there's not a great deal happening. Due to this same protected card. Let's see. Cards right protect, which is set to lock. There's on the monitor camera, the right protect. What? Right, well, have a look at this. Oh, is it this? Okay, that might be better now. That might be better. Let's see if that's worked. This is where the camcorder probably just won't work. Put it to night vision. Yay, now we're recording. Right, put that round other way. There we go. Now we're actually recording. Thing pulls on camera, but it's saying that this is actually recording, which is fantastic. Yeah, the issue was that the actual SD card thing has a little slider thing I never knew about on it. And the slider wasn't in the right position. Right, let's have a look at the door. That's that. Alright, I was going to look into lowering this, wasn't I? How much does that capture? Right, it captures the board, but it doesn't capture quite as much of the door as I'd like. I'm considering whether or not I raise the board. Because the purpose of this camera, when I initially set it up, was more so to capture the door and just general footage rather than the Ouija board. I don't think it can capture the Ouija board. Let's have a look to see. Right, I'm going to put that back in its position. I will switch this on. So Spirit Talker is now on from about 3:10. You'll be able to see on when I upload the word list exactly what time it was uploaded from. What can you see? So you can see the floor from here. So if I had the board here, you'd be able to see it. It's not. It's literally where you see my hand on the camcorder now is where the Ouija board is. So the board needs to be raised to here-ish. I'll actually see if I can use that case because I do have an old style case. Yeah, this suggestion about having the Ouija board in shot of the night vision camera comes from someone who comments occasionally called Rose White. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Yeah, so I will have that on here. I don't think you can see this corner of the board, but you can see the rest of it. Planchette here. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly light some candles. Flip that round as well, because you can see that, like I say, hopefully.
Go away.
Go away, that was rude. Right, I have just nudged the camera, hopefully that's all good. I'm not going to go away, Spirit. I do live here. Right, that's on. Bear needs the battery. Team? That's an interesting word for it to say. Right, battery, same battery as I have been using for the past 2 days for the bear, but the bear hasn't lit up beyond me touching it, so it should be fine to use again. Like I say, if the bear starts lighting up unprompted, as in I've not touched it, then I can always just, swap the battery out. So yep, so that's nice in shot. Bear's just lighting up all sorts. We'll light some candles while I'm here. Might need to swap some candles as well today, so I'll grab some spare candles while I'm setting up. Yeah, because that one's just gone out, and I think this one's gone out. Yeah, well, there we go.
Question.
What question would you like to ask, Spirit? Or is it rather a case of, right, I need to hold my hair while I'm lighting these candles? Would you like to ask me a question? Gone through so many tea lights. So many tea lights. And that middle one at the back's gone out. That one looks like it might be about to go out. Or would you like me to start asking you questions? Because I will ask questions in a moment, Spirit. You've got to be patient, you know? But I'm just lighting some candles at the moment. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this one's gone out. That middle one looks like it might be about to go out. I have only one little candle left. So across the course of the investigation so far, start the third night and pretty much all the candles have been swapped, I would say. And that doesn't want to light. There you go. So grab a handful more of tea lights. If anyone's wondering why.
Good morrow.
Good morrow, that's a interesting phrase. Oops. Dropped a tea light. Oh, probably dropped a tea light. I can't be bothered getting that one. Grab all the tea lights.
Float.
Float, interesting, because it did say float yesterday, I believe. So much wax everywhere. Right, if anyone's wondering like why I'm streaming, like again, starting this investigation like 3:15. It was Ahsoka today. Ahsoka's final episode aired. So I wanted to watch that. The forest, interesting. Yeah, that's all good and lighting up and things. You can see that on that camera. Yeah, you can see that there well. Yeah, and you can hopefully see this on there. That camera's still on, which is fantastic. Switch off this light. Just checking I've got everything in view and things. There we go. And now we can sit down, and now we can properly get on with the investigation. Hello, spirits. Sorry for me running around like a madman. You know, SD card issues and whatnot I've had happened. So, alright. Planchet in my hand. Planchet is now on the board. And now for the first day, so this is day 3 now of investigating. The time is currently just gone past this, like 16 past. That's just said 5. So yeah, so we're at something like 16 past 3 in the morning. On the 4th of October, this is day 3 of investigation of the 28-day cycle. In terms of how I'm feeling myself today, I'm still ill. Feeling slightly queasy, that's because I ate a bag of Doritos an hour ago. So, yeah, that's why. But yeah, all is good as far as I'm concerned. Got a bunch of spare tea lights to the side. Got my lovely formation of candles there, which you can see on the Facebook Live. Kind of, some of them are blocked because of the bear, but you know, it's all good. Just as a note, with the Ouija board, because now you can actually hopefully see it, I will review the footage to check that this is a good angle and things, and check the board's high enough. As you can see, this is how easily the planchet moves. It actually moves easier with the board being on this case than it does on the floor. Beforehand it felt like the planchet was kind of dragging, so who knows, maybe the planchet's going to start moving now. If you do notice the planchet move, kind of like with this, I'm probably not going to point it out, because, or like if I'm doing this, that's just me doing that. If it's anything I deem significant, I will point it out. Otherwise, it could just be me shifting my arm or something like that. It's not, I don't think it's the planchet moving if I don't point it out. If I don't point it out, it's because I'm aware it's, you know, just subtle movements from my arm which is causing the planchet to move a little bit. Especially as the board itself now is on a
Mildred.
really stable surface. Oh, the words I've just said, Mildred. Yeah, the board's on a stable surface where it's kind of stuck to that surface in a way, so the planchet is drifting quite easily. So if the planchet starts moving to like any particular letters, I will be like, oh, that's not me moving it. As far as I am concerned, if there's any point where I'm like, oh, it's drifting a little bit, I don't know if that is me, I'll try and replicate it by like, relaxing my arm and things. So a good example being like, that just kind of like relax. I don't know if you caught that on camera, but
I'm outside.
Planchet moved a little bit. You're outside. That's interesting, because again, yesterday it made reference to Spirit being kind of outside. It said street, it said something like Alan Street. I don't know what it said specifically. I've also remembered I was supposed to, again, this is me not investigating properly. I was supposed to be making journal entries each day. I I will make a journal entry before tomorrow's, well, later today, before the next investigation I do, I will make a journal entry saying what I've found so far, and then it will become a daily thing. I will make a note as well how I hadn't made a note the previous times, but yeah, before each investigation, really I should be making a journal entry just to summarise what's happened. To be fair, nothing really has happened so far. It has said dirt 3 times, it said, so first investigation it said dirt 3 times, second investigation it said nice to meet you 3 times. Yesterday it seemed to be going really fast in the morning. Not in the morning, at the start of the investigation the words were just flying through. As you know from watching the starts of the live streams, I have experienced technical issues at the start, so whether that be YouTube playing up last night or the SD card playing up tonight. It's strange that when the 3 in the morning investigations roll around, there's kind of stuff preventing me from streaming and doing an investigation at exactly 3. It's almost as though there is something that doesn't want me to stream at 3. But here's what it is, we're getting around it, all part of the learning curve. Is it paranormal that these things happen at 3 in the morning?
My name is Michael.
That's just said my name is Michael. Is it paranormal about 3 in the morning thing? I don't know, probably not. I think it's just me not being great with technology and being new to the whole streaming thing. That's really bit, that candle's on a proper slant. I need to probably fix that at some point. But yeah, so weird coincidences, again, like I said the other day, I believe the paranormal thrives on coincidence. And the technological malfunctions that are occurring at 3 in the morning, which are delaying until about 1:15-ish, seems somewhat strange. But you know what? We're here, we're investigating. It's 3 in the morning. So hello, Spirit. Sorry, I've kind of ignored your words for the first bit of the investigation. If you can make anything light up, it's the same setup as the past couple of days, except I have completely forgotten to put the ball on the top of the stairs. So tonight, no ball at the top of the stairs. Although I will mention where it is, just so you know where it is. So on that landing bit, as you saw in the walk around of the house, there is a box at the top, or at least I hope that you've seen that, or it is in shot at some point. There's a box at the top of the stairs. It is to the left of that box. It's still on the stairs, it's still on the landing, but it's just not near the edge of the stairs like how it has been the past 2 investigations. It is way back.
My name is Jack.
Your name is Jack. Hello, Jack. Should probably say hello to Michael as well. Hello, Michael. Hello, Jack. Please feel free to enter the room, light things up, move the planchette on the board. You know, I've got a bear here. If you touch the bear, it will light up. You can touch the arms, you can touch the legs, they will light up. If you touch them, will not harm you, will not scare me either. So,
Gone.
like I just said, gone. It will not harm you, will not scare me either. So you don't need to worry about any of that. It is just a fun thing for you to do. You know, it's just it's just a nice toy for you to play with. Also, there's a cat ball up on the top of the CD rack over there. Again, works in the exact same way. If you touch that, it'll light up, flash different colours, shouldn't harm you, won't scare me. You can do that. It's just going to be interesting.
Watch out here.
Watch out here. Why should I watch out here, Spirit? And then you've got another cat ball by the dolls over there, which again, same thing. So if you want, push the balls, make them light up, make them fall off their locations. Push the bear over, make that light up, because that will give me, solid evidence that you're here. This is just potentially spitting out random words, I don't know whether or not you are saying these, or if that's just saying random words. But if these things light up, they've not lit up for the past 2 nights, so if suddenly they start lighting up loads, then I'm going to be like, oh, that seems significant. That seems like there might be something here. So if you light those up, then I will very much so appreciate that. And then that will lean more toward, that will make me lean more towards you being here, if you make those light up. But if you want, there is no pressure. If you don't want to light them up, you don't have to. It's just, like I say, fun thing for you to do. You can just keep talking through the app. If that's all you can do, talk through the app, or move the planchette on the Ouija board. and move it to any of these different letters. You know, you've got the alphabet there, you've got some numbers there, you've got yes, no, you've got goodbye. You can move those to any of the symbols that you want, you know? I've just got one finger on the planchette. Hopefully you can see alright on the camcorder. Luckily the camcorder is still recording. I don't know how long it's going to be recording for. It is
Please don't stop.
Please don't stop. Don't worry, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep investigating until at least 4:15, depending on how active you be in things. So you've got an hour, Spirit, to do something substantial. You know, you've got an hour to light up the bear or the balls. You've got an hour to move the planchette. But yeah, because you've not done anything the past couple of days. So, you know, at the moment, I mean, I've not looked through the words list in particular yet, so I don't know whether or not responses are being given at a quicker pace. Thanks. You're very welcome. See, that's an interesting one. It says please don't stop. I'm quite a fast talker, so I don't know, you know, if the spirit's keeping up with me. I should probably slow down. But interesting point. It said please don't stop. I started saying about how I'm not going to, and about how they've got an hour to actually do something. So, you know, there's no particular rush or anything like that, and then suddenly it says thanks. That, to me, seems like a somewhat direct response. Yes, I was rambling, but in context of what I was saying and what this is saying, that seems interesting. And this is what I mean by the word app. It sometimes feels like you're having a bit of a conversation. Yeah. I'll also, one thing I should know about the Ouija board, now that it is properly in shot, is because I'm aware that I'm probably moving it subconsciously, and I'm moving it because just natural hand movements, you know, with me turning between the board and the camcorder, as you can see, this is obviously like a wild motion of me turning, but it's very easy to move. So as you saw earlier, it would move to about here. So I just put it back in position because I'm aware that I've been turning and I've probably like sort of been moving and things. So I don't want to. So, you know, each time I'm like, I think I've moved it,
Person.
I will reset it. Person? Would you like to elaborate on the person, Spirit? Would you like to tell me more? Yes, I'll always reset the Ouija board. Like, it, you know, solely drift out, I'll put it back to the note. I've also got it positioned so it's where it says Ouija and the letters, it's in between that. So it's basically just
Rosemary.
blank space. Rosemary? Is that the name of the person, Spirit? Is Rosemary the name of the person? Yeah, so at the moment it says in the thing like terrifying aura, I think is because it says like terrifying oracle or something like that. So yeah, that's the thing with Ouija board. Just like if anyone's watching on the camcorder footage and can see the planchette moving, please do not think, oh my god, it's paranormal, he's just not noticed. I have noticed. It's just a case of subtle arm movements, you know, just from me turning and from me moving in general. It's very, very, very easy to move the planchette. Now really, and I'm going to do this after tonight's investigation. I'm probably going to leave the planchette on the board for a good, like, without me touching it, for a good bit of tomorrow's investigation.
I didn't want to die.
You didn't want to die. How did you die, Spirit? Now this is interesting as well, because it said person, and I said, please can you tell me some more about the person? And ever since that, I've got Rosemary, which is potentially the name of the person, and I didn't want to die, which is, again, a fact about the person. How did you die, Spirit? Can you give me a direct response to that? Yeah, so for tomorrow's investigation, I'm probably going to, because at the moment I've got a hand on the planchette a lot, I'm probably going to test it out to see, because one of the big no-nos is you're not supposed to take your hand off the planchette without moving it to goodbye. because the thought said, "Oh, you're going to open a portal and all sorts can then come through." So given that, if by the end of tonight's investigation still nothing happens with the board, that's then probably around 4 hours of using the Ouija board and nothing happening. Which to me, given the stories you get about Ouija boards and how dangerous they're supposed to be, that seems a bit, it's a bit like, can't be that dangerous then, can it? If nothing's happened across the space of 4 hours on separate nights. So, tomorrow's investigation, like the next investigation I do, I'm probably going to break that rule substantially. Because at the moment, I've not broken it substantially, I've just broken it a little bit.
Vortex.
Vortex, that's interesting, because vortex is, I believe, another word for a portal. Which is interesting in context of what I was saying. You didn't tell me how you died though, Spirit. You may have joined in.
You're very polite.
Oh, thank you very much, Spirit. I'm trying to be very polite, so I'm glad that you think that. If the Ouija board is opening a vortex, would you be able to move the planchette to yes or to no, just to confirm? I've got my finger on the planchette. That's interesting. This candle has gone out, although...
Hungry.
Hungry? That's a weird word for you to have said, Spirit. Now, is that out because it's just out? Yeah, that's out because it's out. Yeah, I say that's weird because I thought that was one of the candles that I just replaced. And I didn't notice it kind of flicker out either, as the candles have been doing. Right, I'm actually going to take my hand off the planchette, but it's still on the board.
I like the woods.
You like the woods? Why do you like the woods, Spirit? The trees and things, just being in nature? Alright, gonna have a bit of drink. Yeah, hopefully you can see the board and the planchette alright. I'm just going to do a test by moving this to each corner of the board, just so that I can review the footage and see exactly how much of the board you can see with it being here. So this is over towards the sun, so you can see the sun in the middle. This is over towards the moon, with the moon in the middle. This is towards the bottom right, and then I'm going to avoid the goodbye. This is over towards the bottom left. So that should give a good indication as to how much of the board you can see, because I'm not too sure whether or not you can see much of it. Although, well, from setting up the camera, you could see a bit of it, at the very least, I think it was just literally a case of the board was too low down for this camera to see.
Pains in my chest.
Pains in your chest. Now, is that a response to how you died? Because that wasn't all that long ago that I asked that, and now you finally got around to saying that. I'm sure you can say yes and no. You can definitely say yes and no on the Ouija board if you move the planchette. So did you die because of pains in your chest? Did you have a heart attack kind of thing? Because that's what that implies. So go on, want a solid yes or no, nothing else, just a yes or a no through the device. You can focus on that. Did you die because of pains in your chest? You can also light the ball, can't get my words out now. You can light up the bear or the balls as well if you died because of pains in your chest. If you can't say yes or no through the app for whatever reason, obviously try your best to do that. That would be fantastic if your next word was a yes or a no. But yeah, bear, balls, lighting up. Mike. Okay, that's not a yes or a no, Spirit. That's not a yes or a no. So can you light up the bear? All you have to do is touch the arms. I'll demonstrate for you. Look, there's one arm touched, a leg touched, arm touched. I will note that the bear might have a settling period, so if they light up shortly after they've just gone off, then it could very well be down to a settling period. Again,
Spanish donkey.
why can this app say Spanish donkey? That is the most bizarre thing. I mean, there was something yesterday, wasn't there? I'm pretty sure, where I was like, that's a weird phrase. Spanish donkey. Like, is that an insult? Did you have a donkey from Spain? I don't. Why is it saying Spanish donkey? That's weird. That's a new one and a weird one.
My name is John.
Your name is John. Your name's apparently Jack and Michael and maybe Mike, and now you've got John. But again, this is interesting. Interesting point here. First investigation, it says dirty 3 times. Second investigation, it says nice to meet you 4 times. And now it said my name is, and then insert in here 3 times. So it's different, but it is the same kind of thing. With the phrasing, it's not just said John 3 times, it said my name is 3 times, you know? In the wordless breakdown, though, I would probably class those as separate words, but still, I will make a comment of it. Especially if it says it another time. I'll also look to see if there's any particular placement of these repeated words. So, like, is it the 5th, the 20th, and the 25th word that are all the same or very similar, for instance, you know? That's why I do the wordless breakdowns, to see if there's any numerical pattern going on with it. It's like with the, because doing all of this investigation, oh my god, that candle's gone out now. Doing this investigation, it's investigating Ellen Lorraine Warren's theory of the 28-day cycle. So in theory, if you investigate for 28 days in a row, then the barriers between worlds will break down. By the end of it, you'll have fluent spirit communication. This isn't a perfect replication of that, as that theory worked on kind of, in a way, house arrest. You staying in that location. But I do live here, so I'm
My
here.
name is Albert.
There you go. Look, there's the 4th time. My name is insert name here. That time it was Albert. Be interesting to see whether or not it says that 5th time, because then there will be a pattern between day 1. It said something 3 times. Day 2, it said something 4 times. Day 5, I'm scared. Day 1, 3 times. Day 2, 4 times. Day 3, 5 times. You know. So if it says my name is something again, I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. That it's kind of adding each day. You know, and it's adding 1 extra of a repeated word each day. But yeah, so Warren's theory. Activities ramp up across the course of the days, you know? Also, interesting thing to point out, it has said my name is, followed immediately by another my name is, a bunch of words in between, and then my name is, followed by another my name is. So there is somewhat of a pattern there. So that's just an important thing for me to point out. Greta. And again, another important thing is it's saying a lot of names, or a lot of name-based stuff. Is this because I have opened portals or vortexes, as it said, or is it because the 28-day cycle is naturally breaking down things? We're on day 3, so I would
I'm
expect
intrigued.
You're intrigued. I'm as well. I'm intrigued as well. Or is it just a case of this is spitting out random words, so it's now today just so happens to be the names day. It's interesting. It is very interesting. But yeah, but I'm not yet seeing anything particularly convincing. If the bear or the ball suddenly fell over, like if the ball's rolled off, if the bear fell over, anything lit up, I'd be fairly convinced about lighting up, because, like I say, I've investigated for kind of like 3-4 hours. Well, because it's day 3, so it'd be like roughly 3 hours now, maybe towards 4, and nothing's lit up. So it's not vibrations from me, if it does, because I'm just doing as I'm doing. I'm sat on a blanket as well. The board's not on the floor, that's not near the wall, so no vibrations setting anything off. So if anything does light up, the begs question of why. Especially like the balls roll off or things, because they're in the same position as they have been, so they're in a stable location. Don't know what to ask now. I've run out of ideas. My mind's just gone blank. And I feel like I was saying, oh yeah, 28-day cycle. In theory, each investigation I do, I've just taken my hands off the planchette for a moment. It's still on the board.
There's a curse.
There's a curse. Interesting. The moment I take my hand off the planchette and leave it on, it suddenly it says, there's a curse. I don't believe that there is a curse for it. But yeah, so 28-day cycle. In theory, each day I investigate, activity should ramp up somewhat. The word lists will be incredibly interesting to look at, because I would expect, if there's anything to the 28-day theory, for response time to increase. As in, or decrease. You know, I'd expect quicker responses through the word list as each day passes, as the communication becomes more fluid in theory. So if there is somewhat of a pattern across the word list, across the full time of doing it, of it taking less time across the word list for a spirit to reply, then I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. That shows a pattern. If it's all over the place, I'm like, that's not great. But yeah, through November I will be doing dedicated blog posts to analysing the footage that I've captured and the word lists as well. So in general, like the paranormal research stuff is probably going to slow down.
People hear my voice.
People hear your voice. No, I don't know, Spirit. I don't think I've ever heard your voice. I've heard next door's voice a lot, but I've not heard your voice as far as I'm aware. Maybe when you were singing that one time, because I do believe that was potentially a spirit that was singing. Arguably you could say it was auditory hallucination as I was asleep at the time, but you know, it woke me up, but it was too clear sounding for that, I think. But yeah, through November, normal research-based blog posts are probably going to slow down and become these big investigation analysis posts. And across this month, because of me investigating, it's going to be a bit hit and miss regarding when I'm posting and what I'm posting. I'm currently working on another Haunted Homies experience, overnight channel post. Hopefully that'll be up before Friday, that's when I'm next in work. But it all depends on what time I wake up. The 3 in the morning investigations are, I want to be awake for them, so usually I'm having a nap in the evening. Right, I'm back on the planchette. Because, anyone, like if I just leave my hand off the planchette, anyone who believes in ouija boards and things will immediately say, oh, it's not working because your hand's not on the planchette. Satan? Do I like Satan? That is a question, isn't it? Depends on your interpretation of Satan, in all fairness. Because you've got your traditional biblical view of him, which is, he's the devil, he's evil, blah, blah, blah. But then you've got a more sympathetic outlook of viewing him as, once upon a time he was an angel who just disagreed with God. He wouldn't bow before humanity, he asked questions about God's plan, etc.
Candles.
Candles, yes, there are plenty of candles. Yeah, so if you look at the more sympathetic view, and if that is the truth behind Satan, although I should actually clarify, because Satan isn't that, is it? There's a lot of misinterpretation between like the devil, Satan, and Lucifer. So if you're meaning, do I like Lucifer? Depends on your interpretation. He was once upon a time an archangel, and he just asked questions and got in trouble for it, which you can understand why you'd be like, oh, bit rubbish, isn't it? Stroke. That's interesting. Did you die from having a stroke? God knows, it's just something outside. But if you're referring to Satan as in, I can't remember what his name was. There was an angel who, oh, I think that candle's on it now. Who I think was connected with the demon Lilith. Because you had Adam's first wife, Lilith, who ended up becoming involved with the demons and possibly marrying one. And I believe that one she married was Satan. So if you're referring to him, then, you know, I'm not too fussed on it, really. I don't know much about that one. And so I don't know his proper name, because I do think he did have a proper name. Connie? Would you like to tell me more about Connie? I don't think it said Connie before. Swap out another candle. Again, like a lot of what I'm talking about is speculation. As I said when replying to comments and things, if I've discussed it on the blog post, I'm still by no means an expert, but I've looked into it extensively, or somewhat extensively. You know, I try and use at least 10 sources per blog post. So, why is this candle not lighting? There we go. So I wouldn't consider myself an expert, but I'd like to think that I knew somewhat of what I was talking about.
No.
But if I haven't discussed it on the blog, then, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about. Cool, it just said more, spelled M-O-O-R-E, so as a last name. Is that a full name you've just provided me? Connie Moore? I don't know. Right hand is back on the planchette. I need to make sure I keep an eye on the live stream occasionally, just in case anyone's commented. I don't want to miss anyone's comments. Yeah, feel free, if you do watch the live stream, to comment any questions that you think that I should ask, or any kind of somewhat improvements that I should make. And just saying, like, the Facebook live stream will be uploaded to YouTube, and obviously I've got the camcorder recording at the same time in night vision, so you can actually see what's going on. Which isn't a lot, it's just me sitting here, you know, just asking questions.
Look above.
Look above, okay, look, I'm looking up. Nothing there that I can see. Just a lampshade. Thing to the left there. No, not seeing anything in spirit. Don't know why I wanted me to look above. But yeah, oh, I completely. Oh yeah, camcorder. Camcorder's recording night vision. So it's just me sitting in the room asking questions, but you know, a bit more of an interesting watch probably. Obviously the camcorder isn't live, but you know it's live, or you know we have not edited anything because you can line it up with the Facebook video and the audio will sync. Or at least I would hope it does. Weird stuff's going on if the camcorder audio isn't synced with the Facebook audio. But yeah, that's uploaded to YouTube in roughly 13-minute chunks, I think. So yeah, you can.
Dangerous.
If you don't want to sit and watch an entire hour, you can watch those parts. It's uploaded in like 6 parts usually. Dangerous has just been said on the word list. Why is it dangerous, Spirit?
RAF.
Okay, I said RAF, but it's RAF, as in the Royal Air Force. Interesting thing for it to have said. I know you'd said that here before. It said it at work, but it's not said it here. Yeah, I feel like I was going to make another point. Yeah, as mentioned earlier, the footage from last night will be uploaded later today. Like 2 of the videos. It's just YouTube has been a bit of a pain with saying about daily uploads. So it's been a bit of a hassle. But hopefully I'll get everything verified and sorted and it'll all be uploaded tomorrow. Well, that was weird. Out of the corner of my eye. Again, I'm not trusting this because it is just out the corner of my eye. It is dark. I think I had just rubbed my eyes at the same time. But saw kind of a weird figure. Again, it could just be the reflection from the bin messing me up. Because, like I said, the other day, the light from the window was there. But it was a lot closer. It was to the left of the word app. It looked kind of like something, like a shape on all fours kind of thing. Like on its hands and knees kind of here.
There's a priest.
There's a priest. That's a weird thing. This is spitting out weird words today. But yeah, so it seemed all on its hands and knees here as kind of like just a shape. Again, it was one of those corner of the eye things. Looked at it directly, disappeared. Don't know whether or not the night vision camera caught anything then. I am doubting it. Like I said, I don't trust anything that I feel, hear, see, anything like that, unless it is then caught on the camera. But anything like that, I will still note. Again, it's just kind of frequency of these things, isn't it? Across the 28-day cycle. Machete. That's interesting. This is just going to pronounce it as machete. But yeah, it's machete. But yeah, so anything that I experience, I'm going to make a note of anyway. Just so that then, across the 28 days or, across the course of the investigations, you can see frequency of how often I'm pointing out, my own experiences. Because regardless of whether or not the paranormal exists, this will take some sort of psychological toll. Sitting here, hand on plancha, in a candlelit room each night, paranormal is either real, and so these things will ramp up, or it's not real, and it's just psychological toll of my brain going, oh, you're doing spooky stuff, you're going to experience spooky things, so, it's one of those. That's why we've got cameras and things out, to kind of verify anything. Obviously, you can't verify what I'm feeling, but you can verify what I have seen, what I have heard. But it's important to know while doing the investigation, just because I've seen it or heard it, doesn't mean it has happened.
You're safe here.
You're safe here. Cool. I just said you're safe here. I'm glad that I'm safe here, Spirit. I should probably speak to you a bit more, because I've gone like a full half hour or so just waffling on to myself. Because again, anyone who believes in the paranormal will say, oh, you're not getting responses because you're not actually talking to the spirit. Your intent is not focused on them 100%. So I'm going to focus on you now, Spirit. This is all about you. But you know how you can get my attention? Lighting things up. Because if I'm waffling on to myself and you want to chat, light stuff up. Most notably the bear, because that is in my line of sight. If you light up this cat ball, I might not see it if I'm looking that way. If you light up that one, again, I might not see it because it's in my peripheral vision. If you light up the bear, though, I'm going to see that, and then you will have my attention. I'll be extremely happy with the fact you've lit it up, if you do light it up, and I will straight away talk to you, give you all the attention.
Hey.
Hey to you too. You know what? I'm actually going to try an experiment here, because I'm not using the K2 meter. I haven't done this before. I'm just going to quickly use the K2 just to check, but I don't think it's going to pick anything up. It's important to do this occasionally across investigations, as you can see on the night vision camera, probably, maybe, I don't know, and on the normal one, it's just one green light there. Nothing else is lighting up around the board. I've left the plancha on the board as well. Nothing there. One thing, because I had a theory ages ago about energy and about the fact that spirits need energy. The past couple of investigations it has made this point on the app, it hasn't done that so far. But it usually reaches the point where it's like, we need energy. I bought a plasma ball because of the theory of energy. Because a plasma ball, in theory, spits energy out into the atmosphere. So I think now is a good time for me to use that plasma ball because I'm not getting anything lined up with the bear, the balls, this. It's been a good half an hour into the investigation, nothing's happening. So I've left the planchette on the Ouija board and I've got the plasma ball up there, so I'm going to see if I can plug that in real quick. If I can reach it. Ooh. Ooh. Where's that wire connected to? Right. Okay, just around that, that's cool. Yeah, there we go. So.
Ivy.
Okay, I've just said Ivy. This is the plasma ball. You probably can't see it on the Facebook Live, but you can on the camcorder. Yeah, it's just standard plasma ball. Bought it from Mankind when they had that in stock. When that was in the Trafford Centre. So plug that in, just to spit some energy out. Now the reason I've not used it so far is because of the K2 meter. The K2 meter goes mental when the plasma ball is on, because again it spits out energy, and that's how you know the plasma ball is working, because the K2 meter will detect it. This has just said burn. Nothing is burnt. I mean, candles are burning, I suppose. Alright, this is where I need to try and find the switch in the dark. There we go. Plasma ball on. You can see that.
Trust.
There you go. You can see the plasma ball on the Facebook Live. You can see the plasma ball on the camera, just about in that corner. I'll leave it there. Now, if I wanted to, I could have it on this setting, where, as you can see from me tapping the floor,
The chair of torture.
Need trust in the chair of torture. So you can see through me tapping on the floor, it's going a bit mental. You can't see it on the Facebook Live, I don't think. Oh no, you can. There you go. You can see it on Facebook Live. But I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to leave it like that. And yeah, as you can see, it's just normal plasma ball. Where you touch it and it goes a bit mental. But I'll show you the effect it has on the K2 meter. There you go. Straight away, you can see that's 4 lights, like the solid 4 lights. I don't know how well that is showing up on any devices, but go right next to the camcorder, it's then on all the lights. Again, I don't think that's showing up particularly well on the Facebook Live. I can just see green on there, but yeah, that shows all the lights immediately. Cool, so that's just a drink. Yeah, so I'm not going to use the K2 meter while the plasma ball is on, just because of the fact, it's a case of, yeah, it's tampering. I'm just going to double check that the camcorder is recording. I think it is. Yeah, that's recording. At least I hope it is. I can see the flashing light at the top, so I'm hoping that's recorded. That's a drink.
Sense.
That's a sense. Cool, right. Sit here, put my hand on the planchette. Again, the planchette is on the board with my hand on it. The plasma ball is on, so hopefully that's going to be sticking some energy into the environment for you, Spirit. Please use the energy of the plasma ball. Use energy that I have, because that's something I've not said either. Use my energy, use the energy of the plasma ball, which is now on. And yeah, you can still see that in the investigate on the live stream. Use those bits of energy, move the planchette on the board, move the bear, light the bear up, light the balls up, use that energy. A good amount of energy should be thrown into the environment now, Spirit. Now, one thing I will mention at this point, just in case anyone is wondering, ooh, is the plasma ball going to affect the word list? No. the word list is working on vibrations. So yeah, I mean, moving around and things may very well affect the word list, but it shouldn't. It's working on vibrations. The puzzle
Jasmine.
isn't doing that. So that's just said Jasmine. Also, be interesting to see if there's an increase in response time of the word list, or like decreasing and stuff like that. I keep saying increasing response, but that means it takes longer to reply. I'm just like, nope. I mean, it will be shorter replies. Come on, Spirit. You can use a lot of energy now. We're on day 3 of me investigating.
It's not human.
It's not human. Well then, if it's not human, it should definitely be able to do stuff. If it's not human, it is quite possibly not working on all these rules and things that I'm suspecting are in place regarding energy. So, if it's not human, it should be able to easily knock over the bear, right? It should be able to blow out the candles, light up the bear, knock the balls off of the side, it should be able to do all those things. Move the planchette. So come on. Take the energy off the ball, use my own energy if you have to. Light up the bear, light up the balls. Be interesting now if the bear actually lights up as well with the plasma ball being on. I don't think it will. But go on, prove me wrong, Spirit. Light up the bear. But the bear is the one where I'm like, I think it's more likely to light up the bear.
I'm a good person.
You're a good person? Okay. Let's say if there are any spirits in the cellar, in the kitchen, anywhere like that, please enter this room, join in the conversation, have a chat. Just going inside because on the camcorder I can see like a white splodge. Might be this box. But yeah, that's sort of weird in the reflection of the camcorder. So that's probably worth a look at a later date. But yeah, anyone in the kitchen or cellar, anything like that, enter this room. Use my energy, use the plasma ball's energy, put it into the bear, light up the bear, focus all your energy on touching the arms or the legs. Come on, you can do it. You're not going to scare me at all by doing that. This is night 3 of doing this type of investigation. It's just past 4 in the morning, so you've got like another 10 minutes before I end the investigation. Kenneth? Come on, Spirit. You've not done a lot. I say you've not done a lot, you've not done anything. This is where I look back on the footage, honestly, because I've not actually seen the videos back properly yet. This is where I look back and I'm probably like,
I'm in the shadows.
gonna hear all sorts of stuff. Don't be in the shadows, Spirit. If you're in the shadows, if you're in the kitchen, in the shadows in the kitchen, enter this room. Come over here, enter the room, touch the bear, light it up, join in the conversation. Don't just leave me waffling on to myself. Properly join in. Any spirits attached to the dolls that I have. If there are any spirits attached to the dolls, play with the bear. Don't be scared of doing that, You're not going to scare me at all. If you appear to be, you're not going to scare me. So you can do that if you want. So yeah, so light up the bear, light up the balls, blow out candles.
My name is Robert.
My name is Robert. Again, my name is followed by a word. So that is now incident number 5. Now if this is going to stick with the pattern that has been shown, it will say my name is and then something else for the next word. That's if there is a pattern to it. So that's going to be interesting. Say hello, Robert, if your name is Robert. If Robert is here, light up the bear. Touch the arms of the bear. Touch the legs of the bear. One of those legs is particularly sensitive, so it won't take at all much for you to light it up. It said some really strange things today. I don't know why. It just kind of, usually you can see somewhat of a running narrative. But today it's just been all wild cards. It has
Lassie.
Maisie. It sounds like 10 minutes, but it's Maisie. But again, that's interesting. That broke the pattern of the doubles. And it said my name is Robert. So that is instant 5, right? That's the 5th time it said that. So day, like, first investigation, dirty. That's 3 times. Day number 2, nice to meet you, 4 times. And now my name is, insert in here, 5 times. 3, 4, 5. This is a bit of a pattern. Where, I mean, granted the name has changed each time, but you've got something consistent in each word list repeating itself, and it's added one extra thing each time across the days. That's interesting. For all I know, by the end of this investigation, that could go out the window. It could say my name is whatever another time. But you know, it's one of them where I'm like, that's an interesting thing that it's been doing, and it makes me excited for the next investigation. I was like, oh, it better say something 6 times. Come on, Spirit.
This is helping me.
This is helping you. Are you referring to the plasma ball? Yeah, that's interesting, because granted it wasn't put out. He didn't say that immediately after I put out the plasma ball, but I've put out the plasma ball thinking, do you need energy? And instead of saying anything about I need energy, it said this is helping me. It's grasping at straws because it didn't say it immediately after I put out the plasma ball, but you know, that's just the impression I'm getting as I'm talking about that. Are you referring to the plasma ball? Is that helping you communicate? Is this helping you communicate, Spirit? Like, what if I did this? Because then that, in theory, is putting energy into the ouija board directly. Is that going to help you, Spirit? Well, I say directly. I'm going to have to, like... His? That wasn't a response. So it's like, what if I put the ouija board on top of the plasma ball? What would happen? Let's see. So it just like explodes. Because I don't know if any strands are going. Yeah, it's going directly up. Right, there you go. Energy put directly into the ouija board there. Can I balance the planchette on top of the plasma ball? There you go. Look at that. I think you can probably see that on the camera. Like, you can't on the live stream, but you can on the night vision. I've balanced the ouija board on top of the plasma ball and left the planchette on top of the ouija board. In theory, I mean, please, Spirit, if this is giving you energy, knock the board off. Knock the board off of the ouija, knock the ouija board off of that plasma ball. Because this is quite an experiment, isn't it? Which is really going to be pushing it. Move the planchette now. Because, in theory, what's happening... I mean, this is where it's probably like spontaneously been bust or something. This is where the plasma ball is putting out energy, except it's putting energy directly into the ouija board, and I've put the planchette kind of as close as I can. Okay, it said Bernice. I put the planchette as close as I can to contact point, so where all that energy is going up, it's going up either onto the whole of the planchette or it's going onto the planchette itself. So come on, Spirit, please use all that energy that you're getting currently from the plasma ball. Move the planchette, because you shouldn't need my energy in theory to move the planchette. With it being on the plasma ball. That's I just didn't hesitate at all with doing this. Straight away I was like, that's an interesting experiment. You know, in theory this is debunking Ouija boards. Although, I will say this is not a wooden Ouija board. It's plastic. Straight away I know from saying that people will say, oh, you're using a plastic, this is a fake Ouija board. It should be wood. And I kind of agree with you. I would prefer it to be wood. At least I think it's just plastic. It seems very plasticky.
Connie.
Okay, it's just a Connie again. Hello, Connie. If you are here, please communicate on the board. Just doing an interesting experiment for the last 5 or 10 minutes, where I've got energy from the plasma ball going directly into the Ouija board. Granted, you probably can't see the top of the Ouija board anymore because it's a bit too high up, you know, camera angles and things, but it is on there. I don't think that the planchet's going to move. Please knock off the Ouija board, because you probably will see that on the camera if it does fall off. It's perfectly balanced, it's been there for a moment now. Or use the energy you in theory get him to light up the bear or the balls. That would be good if you could do that instead. If it's too much for you to physically move that planchet, use the energy that you should be getting, because I have a theory that when you use a Ouija board, if you have intent and you're using a Ouija board... Are you okay? See, the spirit is concerned about me. Yes, I am absolutely fine, spirit. Yeah, the spirit's like, are you okay? You're doing weird stuff, putting a Ouija board directly on an energy source. Yeah, I have a theory that by using a Ouija board, by having that intent, you're putting energy into the board, which is then...
get away from here.
Get away from here. No, I'm going to stay here, spirit. I'm going to stay here. Yeah, so I have a theory that by putting in that intent and the energy into the board, you're creating kind of like an energy well for spirits to use to communicate with. So it's not necessarily the board's opening a portal, but rather you yourself are putting energy into the environment spirits can use. So this should be doing that. Because, like I say, by taking my hand off the planchet, people would probably criticise that, saying, oh, you've broken the contact of energy, that's why it's not moving. This is contacting with energy. I can see where all the things are sticking up towards the board. Granted, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but they are pointing up. It is recognising that there is contact between something there, you know. And even if there wasn't, this is still putting out loads of energy.
We live on.
We live on, yes. I believe that, spirit. Right, so direct energy source to the Ouija board. In theory, putting energy into the board, you know. I absolutely have 100% intent on communicating with the paranormal, so that shouldn't be an issue. You've got the energy source, you've got the intent, you've got the planchet on top of it, which is connected to the energy source. Nothing is moving. The board hasn't fallen off. Knock the board off of the plasma ball, spirit. If you are here, make the Ouija board fall. My left foot has gone really itchy. I think I have been sat on it for some time, but it's like properly itchy. Same with like my finger on my right hand. Again, these are things I'm just going to note as the investigation progresses. The bear. Use the energy from the plasma ball, from the Ouija board, from all this insanity. Use that to light up the bear. That will have me absolutely convinced. 100%. If you want me around, if you are around me, spirit, if you are around the area, come into this area, use this energy, light up the bear, light up the balls. If this is helping you, if you want me to keep the board on the plasma ball, light up the bear. If you want me to remove the Ouija board from the plasma ball, light up one of the cat balls, you know? That's what you should do. Use that energy, because that should be putting a ton of energy into the atmosphere. Because, I mean, look, with the K2 meter, okay, it's not detecting it over here. It's just not detecting it. Oh no, there you go. There you go. It's detecting it from here, and it read here. So red here as well. It is 100% sticking energy into that Ouija board. It's on the second green light over here, so it's got a decent radius. Don't know how far it's going off to the right, but over here it has a good radius around the plasma ball. You know, I might put the bear closer to the plasma ball. I don't know whether or not that's going to be an issue.
You heard me.
No, I didn't hear you, Spirit. Well, at least not just now, I didn't. Right. I'm going to do another experiment with the bear. Just in case. I don't know if it's going to work. So, that's all lighting up. I'm going to put this on the planchette, on the board, if I can balance it. Let's see if this works. This is really, really dodgy. I mean, I could just hold it, but again, I don't think it's going to work, is it? Come on, balance on here. Oh, I need a flat top plasma ball. Right, I'm gonna. Oops, everything's fallen off. Immediately, like 50 portals have been created. Right, let's continue that. There you go. Right, I don't know if you can see the bear anymore or anything. So I'm gonna leave the bear there, move that out of the way so you can. But you should be able to see that. Can you see that? Yep. So all this bear lighting up is currently because of me. Right. You can see the bear quite clearly on there. I don't think you can see it on the night vision camera. I've put it right next to the plasma ball. I've got the Ouija board still balancing off the plasma ball. I've got the bear right next to it.
What happened to me?
Okay, it's a 16, and then what happened to me? I don't know what happened to you, Spirit. Only me, you're dead, you died. Only you can properly tell me how you died. Right, come on, Spirit. The bear is right next to your energy source. It is right next to it. Light up the bear. Granted, I'm sitting a little bit closer, but I'm not moving. I'm going to tap her on the floor. They're light taps, by the way, that I'm doing. Yeah, there you go. The bear hasn't lit up once, but there's light taps. Come on.
I'm from the light.
You're from the light? Okay. That's interesting. Middle candle, I think, has gone out. So now I have little circular candles. I might actually stick the bear in the middle of the candles at the moment. As one final experiment. Come on, Spirit. Touch the bear. Make it light up. Use the energy from the plasma ball to make that bear light up. Before I finish this investigation, I want you to light up the bear. Just once. You've done it before. You've done it in the cellar a few times when I've been down there. It's important to note the bear doesn't light up as often in this room. When I've had it out here, it was going off quite constantly one time, but aside from that, it doesn't tend to light up in this room. It's usually the cellar. Granted, it's quite damp in the cellar. You have various factors like that, but damage, exactly. See, the damp does damage. Right, I'm gonna do what I did last night. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna close my eyes for 3 words worth of the app. So, and I'm gonna be quiet throughout it.
Equipment. I like to come here. You seem familiar.
Okay, that was the 3 words. So while I was quiet, it felt like it took longer to reply. I could be wrong there. But yeah, I like to come here. No, it said equipment. I like to come here, and you seem familiar. Interesting that it damage and then equipment. One word after the other. As I was saying about being down from the cellar and potentially that causes the bed to go off. So it's kind of like, oh, it's damaging the equipment. So that was an interesting point. But yeah, so that I think concludes tonight's investigation. Thank you for anyone who's been watching live on Facebook. Thank you for anyone who's watched on YouTube on the camcorder. I need to try and get into the habit of thanking people. But at the end of the day, doing investigations.
I've been here for centuries.
I've been here for centuries. That's fun. Right, I'm going to remove the Ouija board from the plasma board just in case it does spontaneously combust. I don't think it will do, but also just to show you, look, Ouija board on the briefcase. There you go, and the bear still works, still lights up as you can see. And as far as I'm aware, it hasn't lit up. Although I don't know, because just close my eyes now, with that lighting up, I couldn't see it going off. So that is going to be interesting to review footage at a later date to see whether or not it does light up when I have my eyes closed. Like I said, okay, that's interesting. The bear just lit up untouched. Granted, earlier on today I did say about a settling period. So Spirit, if that was you who touched the bear and made it light up, I'll give you a little bit more time. Please make it light up again. Like I said earlier, I do think that there is a settling period with the bear. I think that once you put it down like what I've just done, I think within a certain amount of time, I'm going to say something like a minute, maybe 2 minutes, chances are it might light up again, like what it just did then, which you saw on the footage. Tranquility, alright. So, Spirit, please, if that was you, I will give you a little bit more time now. Please light up the bear. You lit up that arm. If you can make the arm light up again, that's great. If it's if you want to touch the legs or the arms, it's up to you. But please make it light up again. If it was you who lit it up the first time, because otherwise, I'm just going to put that down to a settling period, where the bear takes a little bit of time to settle regarding its senses. The exact explanation of it is, as I've been informed, a ball bearing within the device, which put it like you know, it potentially, I think it just falls down. I think is the logic, because of gravity. So if that was you, Spirit. Make it light up again. Make one of the cat balls light up, especially because I've not touched them on investigation at all. So that they will be on their settling period if they have one. So come on, Spirit. You may have laid it up once. Took you about an hour if you did, but you know, light it up again if that was you. I want to say Blanchett's still on the board. Come on, Spirit. Use my energy. Use energy of the plasma ball. Light up the bear. Light up the bear. You have maybe done it once, but I doubt it. Make me believe it was you, Spirit.
It's very nasty here.
It's very nasty here. Why is it nasty here, Spirit? Why is it nasty? I'm going to let you say 2 more words. I want the first word to be responses to why it's nasty, and then I want the second word to be goodbye of some sort, yeah? That sound good? You don't have to answer that one. Just tell me why it's nasty here. Why is it nasty? Focus on why it's nasty, and also focus on lighting up the bear. Come on, Spirit. You've gone very quiet. Why is it nasty here? It's gone very quiet. You trying to focus on lighting up the bear?
Quiet.
Quiet. There you go. See, I just said it's gone very quiet, and then suddenly it says quiet. It's certain things that I'm just like, that's a bit coincidental. Right. I'm going to take my hand off the planchette. Can you say goodbye now? Because, you know, you've wasted your chance and tell me why it's nasty here. Unless it's nasty here because it's quiet. Could be that. But yeah, can you say goodbye? As one final word for me today, can you say goodbye? We're going to try and do this each session. So if the final words be goodbye, we're going to try that. Obviously, if you just say goodbye spontaneously, I'm not going to be like, right, that's it, we're ending the session. Because that would be rigged. Come
and go.
Come and go, okay. So if I look distracted, then I'm like looking up there. Just there were some lights on the wall from, I assume, a car that was outside that was shining lights towards us. So yeah, just said come and go, okay. So I'm going to leave it there, I think. Good night, Spirit. I'm going to move the ouija board to goodbye just in case. Still, there you go. It's on goodbye. So that concludes the investigation. Yeah, so I'm going to switch off that just so it doesn't say anything else spontaneously. And I'm going to switch on the light so you can see me. The camcorder did actually last the session. The battery has lasted, which is good. So I'm going to say goodbye to everyone on Facebook as the camcorder is still going. Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the investigation. Thank you very much for anyone who's watched, who's liked, anything like that. I said the night vision footage of the investigation will be up on not Facebook. It will be up on YouTube. I will share it to Facebook though. I'll also share it to Twitter and things. But yeah, so I hope that you've been enjoying the investigations. Granted, nothing really has happened. Today the bear did light up, but I think because I had just put it down and then it lit up again after everything had switched off, I think it was probably just due to a settling period. And that was towards the end of the investigation that happened. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it lights up a bit more frequently across investigations. I'll probably use the plasma ball as well because I'm not using the K2 meter too much. So I'll probably use the plasma ball and leave that on at the start of investigations to use that. Just because the first investigations said about energy, third one it didn't, but after I switched on, it did say this is helping. I think so. It's. I think that was probably an acknowledgement to the fact that I've got a plasma ball out to chuck energy into the atmosphere for the spirit to use. So I'll keep that on for future investigations. Doesn't interfere with the word app, doesn't interfere with obviously the Ouija board or the bear or the balls, anything like that. So, in theory, Spirit should be able to do more because it's getting energy from that. Interesting experiment as well, having the Ouija board with a planchette on it with me not touching it directly on the Ouija board, directly on the plasma ball. So we'll probably do that again tomorrow at some point, just to see how things go. Because the people would probably say, "Oh, it's charging the Ouija board or whatever." So it's an interesting one. Just a spontaneous idea I'd had. Who knows? I've probably opened like 1,000 portals. I don't know. It said vortex as well, which is interesting. So we'll see how it all goes across the remaining days of the month, because obviously I'm investigating all month. So I hope that you all have a good morning and good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. And I will see you. I don't even know what day it is today. I'm next in work on Friday. If it is currently Wednesday, so if the next investigation is... Yeah, because it's currently Wednesday, so the next investigation is going to be Thursday morning. So it will be another 3 o'clock in the morning live stream. The Friday one will be midnight, because I'm in work on Friday. So, it'll be a midnight live stream, Thursday night / Friday morning. So yeah, so good night, and I'll see you next time.